Hey, Shalom, Makian. This is the brother Nashar from the Great Millstone Dallas camp. Just coming back at you, man, with this truth. With sincerity, just hoping that the Lord uses me and allows me to say the things that He wants me to say, just to furthermore edify the elect. But first and foremost, I want to say, Call Allah Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Call Allah Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders, that are ruling well. And salutations to all you elect, pushing this truth with sincerity across the four corners of the round earth. Okay? I had something on my spirit, man, that's been on my spirit for a few days now, and I've been, just kind of researching, just trying to gather the correct scripts and, the correct, things to say to bring understanding on the topic that I want to go into today. But first and foremost, again, man, I want to give all praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, double honors to all the elders and apostles, ruling well, and salutations to all you elect, man. But hey, something that's been on my spirit, man, is the way we think as Akim while we're here on this earth. And I'm not trying to pinpoint rather good or bad or, anything of that sort. I'm just trying to pinpoint, my case in point is pretty much just in general how you think, as a man in this truth, and just how you think, period, while you're here still on this earth waiting for our salvation, And I got a few scripts that I'm going to bring out on it. And, I hope that this is edifying for you, Akim. But I'm going to jump it off. Try Proverbs. I love Proverbs, man. Really, I love any book that Solomon wrote, man. Solomon was awesome, especially Wisdom of Solomon in the Apocrypha. But let's get this real quick. And, I wanted to kind of touch on, just the way you think, man, just as a man while you're here, waiting on your salvation, because the way you think really matters. Everything starts with your brain. Everything starts with the way you think. And it's funny how there's so many scriptures about the mind and the renewing of the mind, and how desperately wicked the heart is and stuff like that, and how we fight daily this flesh because it's against the Lord. But it all starts with the mind, because think about it, what controls the flesh? The mind. As we know today, scientifically proven that the mind controls the flesh. And it's crazy, because the deeper I went into my research on just how you think and the way we should be thinking while in this truth, it's crazy how it all coincided with believing, and faith. And it's crazy how being in this world, how important your mind is. Like, your mind, the way we thought before this truth, look at how it made us live the way we thought. our perception and understanding on words and understanding on paths that we should take and decisions that we should make, you know? Because I've learned in this truth, man, that the way you think creates a behavior, and then within that behavior, it creates a pattern of decision making, right? Your perception. That's why when you come in this truth, the Lord has to renew your mind. You become a new person because you think differently. Or you're supposed to be thinking differently than what you were before when you had that reprobate mind. Because that reprobate mind was not only a mind without judgment, but it was a mind that lacked understanding. It lacked truth. It lacked, just the general basic things that are real to reality that we live in. Okay. Now I'm gonna read. Let's see. Yeah, let's start at verse 20. It says, "My son, attend to my words, and incline thine ear unto my sayings." It's pretty self-explanatory, right? Now, verse 21, it says, "Let them not depart from thine eyes, keep them in the midst of thine heart." And we all know when it speaks about the heart, in majority of these scriptures, it's basically talking about the mind. Because everything starts with the mind. Verse 22, it says, "For they are life unto those that find them, and health to all their flesh." And it's funny how it went into that, because the way you think can hinder your health. The way you think can hinder your walk. The way you think can hinder the way you talk to yourself and talk to other brothers. And you got to remember, man, it's power in the tongue. So the things that you say about yourself, about other brothers, things that you may say to brothers, you have to find that key importance and understanding that you have to watch what you say, man, and watch what you think. But it all starts with what you think, because speaking is just another form of behavior, right? Now, check this out. The way we think, man, can cause sicknesses. The way you think can cause you to live righteously or unrighteously. The way you think can cause all sorts of things to happen in your day-to-day life. And some people here on the earth now call it, law of attraction, whatever. But to me, that's a lower level. Us who are spiritual, man, we need to see it more spiritual. And the way you think does create the world around you. Don't get it twisted. But but in the deeper essence, the way you think controls pretty much everything. That's why the Lord consistently, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, consistently works on your mind. He ain't working on your toes and your fingernails and your haircut. He continuously works on your mind and works on the characteristics and attributes that will furthermore better the way you think and act. Right? Now, Proverbs 4:23, it says, "Keep thy heart with all diligence." See, keep thy mind with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. So everything you see going on in life right now, whether good or bad, first started with a thought. Ain't that crazy? The wickedness that's ruling this world, they, just like the scriptures say, they don't go to bed without thinking of some type of mischief. And the key thing there is thinking. You see? Your thought process can create pride. Your thought process can create a stumbling block for yourself and others. Your thinking can create sickness. It can have your health and diet all off balance, the way your body works. It all starts with a thought, man. Verse 24 says, "Put away from thee a froward mouth and perverse lips. Put far from thee." See, all this stuff it starts with the mindset, man, because the way you think with furthermore better the way you treat a brother, the way you treat the Lord, the way you treat your woman, the way you treat the elders and apostles, right? Because it's a law and commandment on all those things. So it's all a thought process, man. And that goes to show you that just because you know the scriptures doesn't necessarily mean anything. Because you can still have a wicked heart and mindset, although you know the truth. That's why I don't call, I don't, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't haul in on a brother or zone in on anybody just because they know the truth. I look at characteristics and mindset, because that matters, man. Your mindset creates vibrations. It's the first step to anything is a thought. Okay? I want to jump to Proverbs chapter 23. I think it's 7. This is Proverbs chapter 23, verse 7. It says, "For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he." And this was kind of going into, when you go over somebody else's house and, you're eating their food and whatnot. But I just wanted to kind of haul in on that scripture there where it says, "For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he." And that's true, man. And the scriptures also say that the heart is deceitful and desperately wicked. And scriptures also say not to lean on your own understanding, because your understanding is the things that you've been taught since you came out of the womb of your mom. And it's a bunch of bullshit and strongholds and bullshit ass accusations and accolades and bullshit understanding that you've had in your mind that has caused you to live the way you live and behave the way you behave. Now I'm gonna go here. Matthew 6. Now, hey, brothers too, man. The way you think, and I just wanted to touch on this too, because I know a lot of brothers, not just in the Dallas camp, but all over the globe, man. Israel be getting sick like a hoe, and it's the way you think. Stress is a very big thing, man. And the way you think can cause stress, and stress hinders a lot of shit. Stress actually devalues, for lack of a better word, your immune system, man. It causes your immune system, it suppresses your immune system to the point to where it can't really combat anything that may come against your body, whether it's a bug, a sickness, a disease, or whatever. Because you got to think, man, the way you think, and this is scientifically proven, man. You can look this up. I'm not making it up. The way you think can cause stress. The way you think releases all sorts of chemicals that your body needs and uses on a day-to-day basis. Adrenaline, testosterone. It's all sorts of things that your brain releases to your body, so your body continues, performing right. Your body's a machine, man. But what makes that machine work is your thought process. There's a lot of things, man, that I didn't know that your thought process actually hinders. And it's crazy because I'm just now coming into this understanding, and I'm looking at myself like, damn, because, bro, there's nothing better than the brain, man. That's why the Lord continuously tests your integrity. He tests the way you think, and he tests the ways that you would behave in certain situations. And to me, this ain't no scripture or nothing, but my opinion, I really do believe the Lord tests us to show us how strong we are, to show us our weaknesses, to show us what we need to work on. Because it's funny how the scriptures go into once you see the problem, what are you going to do about it? Right? But it's all a thought process, man. People's thought process out here today creates all sorts of insecurities. And you can see that in just Eve alone. How Esau puts those vibrations out there to kind of have us going off on what we believe on ourselves and things of that sort. Demons that attack us and makes us feel crazy things. And what's funny is your brain, man, has been attacked since you came in this world. Everything you watch on TV, everything you take in from hanging around family members and friends. Esau has been attacking the way you think on every aspect of your life. Because the way you think is the first step to anything. Esau like, nah, I'm going to put everything out here and we're going to control the way a person thinks. We're going to control your perception. That way your everyday life decision making, your behavior, the way you react to things. That's why it's important, man, to gain power over your thought process, because the real battle is in your mind, man. And when you can overcome your mind, you can pretty much overcome anything else, man. As quiet as that's kept. Because Esau has built, in your mind process, the way we think, he's built fear. He's built doubt. He's built disbelief. Your mind on a day-to-day basis is continuously attacked. That should show you what's your power, your most powerful attribute when in this truth. Bear with me, brothers. And I'm just going off the top of the head. I hope I ain't ramping too much. I'm trying to add scripture and into it so what I'm saying can flourish. I'm sorry, I went too far. But yeah, man, my whole purpose, my case in point, man, we're supposed to all have the mindset Yahweh Shah had. And he didn't go around reacting to everything that happened to him, because he had understanding on what he was doing. He had understanding that everybody wasn't going to understand what he was saying. He had understanding that there was going to be scoffers. He had understanding that there was people that were going to be doing the work with him, but were eventually, going to give him over to the authorities at that time. The Lord had a mind process, man, that kept him in the behavior that you read about. He had a mind and thought process that kept him going. Now, was he perfect? He got weak. He got times where he prayed to, get out of that situation of him dying and being put on the cross. He had those things too, but my point is the way you think really does hinder your behavior towards the, when it goes into talking about your reaction and your behavior towards things that happen to you. Because you got to think, Jake's thought process, he'll think, because he got the scriptures and because he got his videos done and he ain't got no edge up no more, he got a beard and he don't eat pork, that's the end all be all. No, man, your thought process actually makes your day-to-day life that much more better. Of course, we're in hell, we're oppressed. There's all sorts of things that, that attack your mind and your way of being on a day-to-day basis. But all I'm saying is, we have to think better, brothers. And this video is not geared towards anybody personally. I'm just speaking in general. Just on the topic, man, just to encourage brothers to think better, man. Because the way you think actually causes a lot of things to happen around you, whether good or bad. All right. Now, this is Matthew 6:21. It says, "For where your treasures is, there will your heart be also. And I'll read it again with the correct understanding. It says, for where your treasure is, there will your mind be also. And of course, for the elect, our treasures will be, in this truth and spiritual desires of the things that we may want when Esau is taken down, and when this captivity is over. But at the same time, a lot of our minds be a lot of other places, man, and it hinders our behavior. I've seen it happen with many of brothers, including myself. The way you think, you may be, you may be just got out of an argument with somebody, with your girl, or with another brother, or a boss, and just look at your behavior on how going through that situation made you think. That's why it's always important to try and have control over the way you think. Having control over the way you think betters you on your day-to-day, man. It helps you with your health. Hey, did you know stress actually deteriorates your bones, bro? Stress affects your immune system. When you stress, it causes your body to start releasing certain chemicals to react to the things that your stress level is causing. Hey, man, the way you think on all levels, whether good or bad, it affects everything. It's important to not let everything fuck with you mentally. It's important to not worry so much about everything that's going on around you, man. Because we forget it while being in this truth, while gaining all this wisdom and understanding and knowledge, that this is the Lord's program, man. What we supposed to be doing is what the Lord told us to do. The rest of the stuff we don't have no control over. We don't have no control over it. So that's why it's important to just stay humble, keep your humility, and keep your mind process on a smaller level, man. Because we are not the Most High. There's nothing we can do. We can't even get ourselves out of this captivity, let alone change things outside of ourselves. The only thing we can change is us. And then, of course, we exhort, other team members, other brothers, so to speak. But other than that, man, it's all mind, man. The mind. All these strongholds, all these things that causes us to be sick, that causes us to feel down on certain days, to where our spirits ain't all there. It's the thought process, man. And I know at the end of the day, ultimately, the Lord has control over everything. But I guarantee you, the Lord ain't gonna mind giving you a little power if you want to fast to better your mindset. If you want to stop eating this or that to better your mindset. Because your mindset matters to this walk of ours. Right? Now I'm going to get one more. Get 1 Peter 3:3. What? Hold on, brothers. Give me 1 second. 1 Peter 3. We'll do it that way then. Okay, I'm not going to put the S then. How about that? Okay. 1 Peter 3:3, it says, wait a minute. Let me find the right one. Bear with me, brothers. Give me 1 second. Salakia. One second, brothers. I'm trying to find this scripture that I was trying to bring forth. Shoot. Salaki, brothers. I'm trying to find this one. Damn. Salaki, brothers. I couldn't find it. Maybe the spirit don't want it to come out. But it was saying something in regards to water. As water reflects your face, your life reflects from your mind or your heart. And I'm trying to find that scripture. But whatever. We'll move on because I don't want to hold up too much. But yeah, brothers, I just wanted to go in on how we think, because it actually matters to us, to our daily walk. While we're in this truth, it affects our behavior. The better you think, the better your behavior, the better your health. And I just wanted to kind of haul in on that, and just try to give little understanding or edification just on how important it is the way you think is to your walk in this truth. How important it is to your salvation and your health on all levels. And with that, I want to give all praise to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders and apostles that are ruling very well. And salutations, man, to all you elect Akim pushing this truth with sincerity. Shalom.